Morning, folks. I haven't been on here in a while. Over the winter, it's kind of tough to video. We just was doing odd jobs, trimming horses' feet, cutting firewood, stuff like that. Kind of just mundane stuff that we didn't really, think was too exciting to put on video. So kind of held off on that. I think I am going to take you with us. We started doing some horsemanship lessons with some folks. So I'm probably going to take, with their permission, take you guys along and on some of that. I have worked on some projects here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I've got the framing pretty much done on the porch. I've got to get the metal up there. It's been really windy here. Last night we had a winter storm pretty much all day, and it is muddy. I mean, just soaking wet. So getting out probably not going to happen today. We're going to try to let it dry out. I'll take you up here and show you another little project here in a minute. But one of the other reasons we haven't been on YouTube, and I won't talk a whole lot about it, but we had a tragedy in our family. We had a loved one that she passed away, and it was our oldest child. We didn't talk about her much. She may have been on some of the vlogs, I'm not sure. Her name was Kelsey, and she was 33 years old. We raised her. She was our niece. Polly had her ever since she was about 4 months old. She lived most of her young life with us. She lived with other aunts and uncles as well, helped raise her. It kind of took the wind out of our sails there for a while. We're just, going forward, moving forward, trusting in God, and doing what we could do, dealing with that. So that's probably all I'll say about that. But we are moving forward, and it's getting warmer, having warmer days. It's been really nice over the past couple of weeks. I knew we were going to get a winter storm before Easter, if not some more of it by Easter. It's the way it happens up here. It'll warm up and get everybody thinking, oh, it's summertime, it's spring, oh, it's warming up, okay, all right, it's getting, and then we get hit with a big old bunch of snow or real drop in temperatures. So, but this is just kind of an information video. We'll let you know why we were doing what we're doing, why we wasn't on YouTube. And some of y'all reached out. They seen on Facebook and different stuff what was going on and reached out. We really appreciate you guys. I'll take you up here and show you this other project that I've been working on. It's just temporary, like a lot of things around here, until we can do better. So I built this solar array right here, just out of scrap. I don't know if you guys remember these landscape timbers. Got those, I guess, a couple years ago. They were on discounted at Home Depot. I bought a bunch of them. Some of them are crooked as dog's hind leg, but they work pretty good. I soaked the bottoms of them and used motor oil. I've got these panels on here all wired up, got it grounded, got it all the cabling run in, and over here to another thing that was donated to us by a pastor down in St. John's. And this is going to be our battery box. I've still got to run wiring in, and this is for our 12-volt freezer. We're hoping, we've never had this 12-volt freezer hooked up. This will probably be, pretty permanent. This solar array probably will not. We'll probably redo it. I'm gonna put everything in here. Since I was 12 volt, don't have to have an inverter, but we're gonna have everything in here to run that. And if we need to, if the freezer don't work, we need to put a 110 in there. I think I've got a big enough system. I just have to get an inverter and hook that up. Through the winter, it was hard to get stuff done. We had a lot of cold temperatures, a lot of wind, and that's not something I'm too fond of working out in. We were out in it yesterday, and you kind of hear my voice. It's kind of crackly. Traded for this little truck. It's a little Nissan hard body 4-wheel drive. It's a project. Some folks we know had it over there. They needed some stuff that we had, and they had this just sitting here. It's got a few little mechanical problems. The windows don't roll up and down on it. The doors don't open real good. It needs tires, but it'd be a good little truck to run around in. 4-cylinder, and put a few $100s in it. It'll make a good runaround truck. Something's a little cheaper on fuel, and who knows, we might use it out here, just running around on the place. But he said it runs and drives, so take him at his word, and we'll get it running, use it, maybe trade it off. That's what you do on a homestead. Any old country boy worth his salt can make a living trading if you got something that somebody else wants. I kind of grew up in the environment of, not keeping anything. If I got something and I wanted something else, I usually had what I wanted, but I didn't have it all at the same time. I could take and I could trade, a shotgun for something else that I wanted. I could trade that for something else I wanted, but I never had it all at one time. And that's okay. That's cool. You get to experience a lot of things. And be honest with you, I'm never really happy with just one thing. I'll get tired of it. I'm kind of a project guy. I know there's a lot of guys out there like that. I'll work on it until I'm kind of tired of it, and then I'll trade it off. And that's just the way I am. The next thing will hold my interest. Maybe they call it ADHD, I don't know. But anyway, I have fun, so that's all that counts. Have fun, make a little bit of money, buy a tater and a bean, and go on to the next thing. How'd everybody fared the storm, huh? My girls, Ophelia and Delphine, they're still making it out here, out in the open. They haven't been taken by anything. These chickens here are doing really good. Back to laying. Got warmer weather. They started laying back in like February. 1 or 2 a day. Now we get about 4 a day. So, and they're a little bit older chickens. They're about 3, coming on 4 years old, and they're older. These guys here, Anna picked these up. Somebody was giving them away, and Anna picked them up. We've got to build another chicken house for them, because they are going to outgrow this little staging coop here pretty quick. There's 9 of them in there, 2 roosters, so we're going to have to do some separation here after a while. They seem to be getting along okay right now, but she got them when they were about 8 weeks old from somebody giving them away. She kept them at her place until they got too big, and then we brought them over here. So we've got a new round of chickens, new round of layers, and maybe we'll eat a few. So we still got this goat we picked up. Ain't done nothing with him. He's a cantankerous old booger. He likes to butt. He likes to take and butt at you. Baba, our butcher sheep, we have been waiting until we get that freezer running before we take and butcher her. We had another one that we butchered for the funeral, and it turned out really good. That's kind of any kind of family function like that, or service or something. You want to take and butcher, and we butchered Chrome. I don't know if you remember him or not, and He was really tasty. You couldn't tell the difference between that and beef. I mean, it was really good. Kind of bittersweet, you know, having it at a funeral, but it worked out real well. It was tasty, and we were glad to be able to provide it for the family and for everybody to kind of enjoy. We had that roan horse. I don't know if you guys remember. I know it's been several months since my last video, but we had a roan horse here. Somebody couldn't take care of. We found we kept it through the winter, fed it through the winter, but we found a home for it. A little girl wanted a horse to kind of play with, and family come and took him, and I think he's in a pretty decent place. I think he'll be all right, and a little girl can learn about horses and enjoy a horse in its old age and be good. He sure was pretty. These two boys, they're doing good. They kept their weight through the winter. I actually rode Spurs the other day for about 10 miles, so I'm actually gonna take you with me the next time I ride him. Probably, if it ain't too muddy, maybe this weekend. I'm gonna do more riding this year, just get out and explore the country and just enjoy riding, because I miss it. Sometimes we're so busy I don't get a chance to, but definitely gonna take and get him out, ride him more. He did really good. He was ripping and raring to go. He's such a good horse. You can jump on him after a year and not ride him and just take off. And he's getting up there. He's about 10 years old now. But he's really nice. I'm gonna get him in shape, take you guys with me. Maybe some of my students, maybe we'll go riding, get out and explore some country. We never know what we're doing. A lot of things aren't planned, just like these horsemanship lessons. Went over to trim their horses. They needed help with their horses. And that's another thing that we kind of do, is we kind of help people learn, you know, how to feed, even goats, pigs, cattle, whatever they're doing. A lot of these new homesteaders, we kind of step in and kind of help them do that. If you're going to live out here, and I tell young newbie homesteaders, people moving out here off grid, you got to have a wide variety of skills. Be that person that has the answers. And our life, the way I was raised and the way that we lived, and all the many different facets of our life have prepared me to help other people. And I love teaching. I'm going to take and try to do that role more. And you know, it's one of those things, you just got to have a lot of irons in the fire if you're going to make it. You can't just do one thing and expect to make it, particularly in today's political environment, the economic environment. There's people are just not spending money, so it's got to be something that's not a disposable type income. It has to be something that they need. So that's what we're doing, trying to help folks out as much as we can. That helps me more than anything. I love messing with the horses, teaching people about horses, teaching people about livestock. And with us trimming, I trim goats, trim cows, trim horses. That's our road in, and that helps people. We can take and give them the information they need, and then our relationships just grow from there. Alrighty, guys. If you follow us on social media, Instagram, you may have noticed Old Yeller for sale. It's one of those things where you don't want to do it, but you got to do it. And sometimes when things are at a stalemate, you can't seem to make any progress forward. You got to kind of shake things up and make something happen. Over the years, I've had to do that quite a bit in order to progress. So what does progress look for us? Well, we've got some projects here that need to move forward. We need a chicken house. We also need an 8x8 shed. We have tools that are in our workshop, which is supposed to be a workshop for Miss Polly and I, a place where I can do video editing, kind of our office, and we use it for that, but it's crowded in there. There's a lot of stuff in there, and you know, we had a lot of setbacks during you know, the winter, and I'm at a place where I need a jump start. I need a jumping off point. So with that being said, with some of the financial stuff's coming up, we have this truck for sale. What we're hoping to do is take some of it, pay towards some of those things, and the other part to buy something smaller, something like that little truck down there. May put some money in it, may put some money in this van. We can get this van on the road, get it licensed and everything fairly cheap, so we might go that direction. We might put it into that truck down there. Oh no, but when you're at a stalemate, if I find something, I'm just got something sitting there, I don't care if it's like it's material. We bought a bunch of material two years ago, and it's just sitting there, and I used some of it here and there, but that truck came up, a guy got it off of, needed some material. I said, let's do it, let's jump. So I tried to do something, and not just sit at a stalemate hoping something changes, hoping something comes in. So that's kind of where I am with this truck. I love this truck. This truck is a truck of my dreams. I always wanted a square body like this. I've owned a few, but I know this. This is not the only square body in the world. It's not the only truck in the world. And that's where you got to be. You got to look at it from a business perspective. If something is not benefiting you to a point to where you can springboard off of it and go, most of the time we don't drive it. We haul water in it once a week. I drive it if Miss Polly's going somewhere else in the other truck, but we can turn that into another vehicle that we can do the same thing with. Maybe not haul water, but we can have an extra vehicle, and then we have funds to go forward. So there's a lesson to be learned there. If you're at a stalemate, look around, see what your resources are. Take those resources. We've done it many times. Tail ends of projects, extra stuff we bought. I buy a lot of stuff at yard sales and flea markets, and it's just sitting there. And that's how we kind of got through the winter. We took those things, found people that needed them, traded, sold them to them, whatever. But we didn't just let them sit there and go, well, I'm gonna need that one day, and we probably will. But there's more of it in the world, and at this particular juncture, at this particular place, we need this to move forward. So we try always keep moving forward. Trust in God, move forward. That's the key to life. I'm gonna show you a storm right down here that's blowing in, and it's pretty ominous looking. You can see that big old, it's thundering and lightning and big old front blowing in. So I don't know if it's gonna end up over here or not, but it's got thundering and lightning in it. So just a little informational video there, kind of tell you what we've been doing, where we've been at, and what's going on. We'll see what happens in the next video. We'll see what we can do. Right now the weather's pretty bad to be doing anything, but as soon as we take and do something interesting, I'll bring you along for it. So thanks to all our subscribers, ones that's been hanging out for a long time. We had some reach out to us and wondered where we was at, and they were kind of worried about us. We're still here. We're just kind of enduring until the weather breaks and something gets rolling. All right, guys, remember, if you don't know which way to go in this whole world, commit your ways unto the Lord. Trust also in Him, and He'll bring it to pass. We'll see you later.